Yo, what is good everyone? Welcome back to ACS Sneakers. My name is Aiden. Today we are reviewing the Jordan 1 Mid Black Toes, but before I get into that, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported my content so far. We've smashed 50 subscribers and we are well on our way to achieving our very first 100. So once again, a massive thank you, and without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the intro. So before we get a good look at the Jordan 1 Mid, let's go ahead and discuss some of the history of the shoe itself. Now, the Jordan 1 Mid initially released in the early 2000s, unlike the Jordan 1 High and the Jordan 1 Low, which released in 1985. Now, pretty much since the shoe was released, it's not had the same success or the same impact that the Jordan 1 has had and still continues to have to this day. Now, it's always been seen, in my opinion, as somewhat of a lesser shoe, although I have started to notice that their opinions are changing of a lot of people, and the Jordan 1 Mid is starting to become a much sought after shoe, such as the Jordan 1 Chicago, which sold out instantly on release and has sold out every restock since. So let's go ahead and have a better look at the Jordan 1 Mid. And here we go, guys. I have the Jordan 1 Mid Black Toes in hand, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and have a look at the shoe. Starting off with the toe box area, which is a perforated black leather. Now, it is extremely smooth and soft to touch. However, in my opinion, it is a subpar leather and is likely to crease right out of the box, probably even the first time you wear it. So to avoid any additional creasing to the toe box area, I would advise that you pick up a sneaker defender, and I will leave a link to their website in the description area if you do want to go ahead and pick one up. Also, I do wish that they would have gone with a white finish on the toe box. I do feel that that would have been a better representation of the Chicago colorway, but they went ahead and they did the black toes, so there's not really much more to say on that matter. Moving on then to the midfoot of the shoe, which you will see is a white, more textured leather. Now, this leather is smoother and softer to touch in my opinion, but once again is a quite subpar leather and is likely to crease very easily. Unfortunately, there's not really a lot we can do to avoid this area from creasing. It is just something that you should bear in mind before picking up the Jordan 1 Mid. Also on the midfoot of the shoe, you will be able to see a black Nike swoosh throughout, and this is the scene on both sides. And above the Nike swoosh, you will see there is a varsity red upper with the black embossed Wings logo. I am a big fan that they've gone with the traditional Wings logo on this shoe. And the overall colour blocking on the shoe itself is absolutely superb in my opinion. I think they've done an absolutely fantastic job with the colour blocking. Moving on then to the midsole of the shoe, which you will see is completely white, and the outsole is completely black. Now, the outsole is different on the Chicago Mid to the Chicago High Top, as the Chicago High Top does have the red outsole and this one is black. However, seeing this one in hand, I'm not opposed to the black outsole. I do think it looks very good on this shoe. Now, the laces on this shoe are completely black, which is absolutely fine, but we are getting to this area of the shoe that I least like, which is the Nylon Tongue. Now, the Nylon Tongue is completely white, and in my opinion, it just looks really weird having a complete white tongue in amongst all of the varsity red and black. I just think that it stands out for all the wrong reasons, and it would have looked much better if this was a black tongue or a white toe box to match the white tongue. But they've gone ahead and done the black toes and the white tongue, and in my opinion, it just doesn't look very good, and it just looks rather odd in my opinion. Now, the sock liner is also made out of a nylon material, but offers very little in the way of support. So if you were looking for a shoe to offer you some ankle cushioning or protection, this is definitely not the shoe for you. This is definitely not the one. And if you were considering using this shoe to actually do basketballing, this is definitely a no. There is absolutely zero cushioning on this shoe in my opinion. Now, the insole of the shoe itself is black with the Jumpman, which does also differ from the Jordan 1 High, as we are used to seeing the insole with the Nike Air. This has the Jumpman inside instead. Then to switch to the back of the shoe, you can see that the cut of the shoe is much lower than what you would see on a high top, as it is a mid. But what I would also say is that the heel to the shoe here is really hard. I can't even squeeze it in, it's that tough. It's got an almost plastic feel to it. There's not really much give in my opinion. So it's just not necessarily something that I would like on my shoes. I like a shoe that I'm able to actually fit my foot in, and it's actually feels comfortable and I can widen it if necessary. This isn't going to give you that option, unfortunately. Now, in my opinion, in terms of the Jordan 1 Mid, I would recommend that you do go true to size. I do feel that that is the best way to get the best fit. I do wear mine in a slightly more relaxed fit, but I do still believe that going true to size is going to be best for you. Now, in terms of my overall opinion of the shoe itself, this is a solid 8 out of 10 in my opinion. It certainly has a lot going for it in terms of its overall price, the overall look, the colour blocking, everything in that respect is absolutely superb, but there are just a couple of negatives such as the tongue and the limited padding that does bring it down in my opinion. So it is just something that I would recommend you bear in mind before you do go ahead and pick up the Jordan 1 Mid. So let's go ahead and get some more detailed looks at the Jordan 1 Mid. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that stuck around to this point in the video. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, hitting that bell notification, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Trying to film for the 100th time. Take one. Dope.